Yo, what up, YouTube? Welcome to Sinn-Take, man. My name is Sin, coming back with another one, man. And I wanted to tell y'all something real fast. Listen, man, y'all remember that old saying, right? If you can't afford it, then you shouldn't be doing it. A lot of people, right? They don't understand how expensive it is to have habits. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand how expensive it is to have habits. They wonder why they don't have no money. They wonder why they broke. You know what I'm saying? Habits cost. Habits cost in many ways. Habits cost money. You know what I mean? Habits cost time, health, energy. It costs all those things. You know what I'm saying? You smoke cigarettes. Guess what? You got to pay for that. You smoke 2 packs a day. You got to pay double for that. That costs. That adds up. You know what I mean? You smoke weed. It costs to buy that. A lot of y'all going to the dispensaries now too, where you paying all types of taxes. You paying state taxes. You paying federal taxes. You paying human taxes. You paying universe taxes. You paying all types of fucked up taxes on that dispensary weed. It costs money. You know what I mean? On top of that, you paying with your health. You paying with your time, and you paying with your energy. You putting your energy into these addictions that you have, into these habits that you have. You know what I mean? You snort cocaine. Guess what? I spent a lot of money on cocaine. Guess what? If I didn't do coke, if I wasn't buying cocaine, right? You gotta understand, I probably have a house, cars, and yes, cars, and all types of shit. I have everything I want in life. It's an expensive habit. That's why you see a lot of celebrities on that shit. That's why you see a lot of people that's successful in business and all that shit. Them people snort cocaine. But at the end of the day, you gotta understand that shit cost me my health. It cost me money. It cost me time, energy. That's why I'm playing catch up now. You drink alcohol. You drink every day or the weekend, no matter what. You gotta pay for that habit. That habit ain't gonna pay for itself. I spent a lot of money on alcohol. Well, you know what it cost me mainly? Money and my health. You know what I'm saying? I still got health problems because of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand, man, you pay with a lot of things. These habits, you think it's just money. But no, you spend a lot of time doing these things. You spend a lot of money. You know what I mean? You waste a lot of energy on that shit, and you don't even realize it. You don't even realize you paying with your health, and y'all already know health is wealth. And you know what I'm saying? And you spending a lot on that shit. And you wondering, like, a lot of people sit there and wonder, like, man, what's happening with my money? Why can't I save? Why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? It's because you got too many habits. You got too many habits. When you got too many habits and not trying to break them shits, you gonna continue to spend money. And at the same time, who you know with just one habit? Nobody. You don't know just one person with, you don't know just the person with that just got one habit. You got multiple habits. Even the ones that don't involve substances. If you addicted to pussy, you know what I'm saying? Pussy costs money. You gotta take these hoes out on dates. You gotta take them out on dates. You gotta buy the movie tickets. You out here buying dinner, simping. You out here buying dinner, simping. You gotta spend money on all of that. It costs money. So you know what I'm saying? And the moral of the story is, I gotta tell y'all this because at the same time, this journey will help you save fucking money. Real talk. A lot of people are like, man, hell no, what you mean? Motherfucker, listen, if you out here with bad habits, right? And you trying to break these bad habits, you out here, you stand on your grind, and you putting all the energy into yourself. Guess what? You ain't got time to be tricking on habits. You ain't got time to be tricking on hoes. You ain't got time. Listen, if you really on your SR shit, you ain't even trying to eat bad like that. So you ain't even spending money on fast food and all that other shit. I'm not saying that you're not spending money on it at all, but I guarantee that you cut that bitch in half. I guarantee that you're not doing as much as you can because you on your grind now. You doing a lot of things that you wasn't used to doing before. You didn't care. You didn't even recognize that you had bad habits. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't even recognize that they had bad habits, but I want to let y'all know these habits add up. They add up. So you gotta understand what you spending and how expensive it is to have these things. You can't just focus on the money. You need to start focusing on the energy that you spending behind that shit. Behind chasing hoes, behind smoking weed. You know what I mean? Behind pornography. Some of y'all pornography addictions is through the roof, or was through the roof before you started this journey. Some people was buying subscriptions. You know what I mean? Some people was out there buying tons of DVDs. I used to buy tons of porn DVDs. I used to go to the liquor store, it was like a one-stop shop. I go get my alcohol, and at the same time, Habib and them was selling the motherfucking DVDs behind the counter. You know what I'm saying? So I was going there getting the drink and getting the DVDs. All of it was connected with cocaine in my sock. So you gotta understand, man, all of those is habits, expenses. You think you add up the alcohol, the cocaine, the DVDs. You know what I'm saying? And you doing this every weekend, but you drinking all week. All of these habits. Yeah, it don't matter how big or small. These are habits. And guess what? Like the saying go, if you can't afford it, then you shouldn't be doing it. But just because you can afford it don't mean that it ain't costly. You know what I mean? Because when you fucking up your health with these habits, guess what? Man, listen, ain't nothing sweet about it. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter how big or small. Like I said, you got people addicted to playing video games. I ain't against video games, but guess what? You still spending time doing that. Time where you could be productive out here really getting it. You know what I'm saying? You could be doing a lot of things with that time. So you just got to understand, I'm not against that. I'm not even against smoking weed or drinking. But you got to understand what it is that you're doing and what you're spending your time and energy on and your money on. But when you go and doing these things without a conscience, boy, man, when you doing this without a conscience, boy, listen, that's when the most money gets spent. That's when the most time gets spent, when the most energy gets spent. You got to know what you're doing. And yes, you do have to take into consideration of moderation. You know what I'm saying? Too much of anything is bad for you. Too much of anything is bad for you. And you got to understand that, because a lot of people don't. You know what I mean? They reckless with their energy. They reckless with their time. They reckless with their money. I used to do it all. I was reckless with it. I was reckless with my health, which landed me in the hospital 4 times. 4 times. You know what I'm saying? For alcohol abuse. Listen, man, this shit ain't no game. These little habits that you think ain't nothing, ain't no game. You just think you smoking. You just think you just got a cigarette, bruh. But that shit adds up. That adds up on the money tip and the health tip. You know what I'm saying? You know, cancer ain't no fucking joke. You know? So at the end of the day, man, you just got to be conscious of everything that you do. You got to be conscious of your spending, conscious of your habits, conscious of your health, conscious of your energy, conscious of your money, the things that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You got to know what the fuck it is you doing. Because if not, you do things unconsciously, bro. You know what I mean? And that makes you blind when you do that. That makes you blind when you do that. You know what I mean? And ain't no way that you can elevate when you out here blind. When you don't know what you do, when you just doing things out of habit. You know what I mean? If it ain't productive, if you ain't doing productive things out of habit, bro, listen, then it ain't about nothing. It ain't about nothing. You need to be conscious of everything that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to knock anybody for what they do. Just know what it is. Know what the cost is. Know what the cost is. Know how much you spending in all of those things that I named. Know how much you are spending in all of those things that I named. Know how much you spending when it come to your health. You know what I mean? Because it's people dropping like flies from all types of shit. Know how much you spending when it come to this money, when it come to these habits that you got. You know what I'm saying? Because you trying to stack, you trying to get some things in life, but you know what I mean? You got some expensive habits, you know? And it won't hurt to cut some of that shit. If it ain't doing nothing for you, then cut some of these habits that you got, man. It'll do you well, bro. Next thing you know, you stacking. This motherfucking journey will have your pockets full, because you're not out here tricking like you used to be tricking on these hoes. You know what I'm saying? If you trying to lose weight, you're not out here tricking money on food, spending money, going to eat breakfast at McDonald's in the morning. You going to eat motherfucking lunch. you know what I'm saying, at Jimmy John's. And then for dinner, you going to eat some more fucked up shit. You going to Arby's and shit. You eating fast food all around the clock. Once you on this journey, bro, listen, I'm telling you, when you trying to shake shit up, you trying to get your body right and all that shit, you're not going to be spending money on that. You gonna be trying to make yourself home cooked meals. You know what I mean? You gonna be trying to do that more. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what, man, this shit will shape you up to get the things that you need and probably kick some of these habits that you have. That is the goal. You wanna do that. You know what I'm saying? You wanna do that so you can get right. You know what I'm saying? But out here just having these habits and unknowingly spending money and being reckless with all of those things that you need, bro, listen, it ain't a good look. You don't want to do that. Trust me. I lived that way for years, and it got me nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It got me nothing. None of the things that I wanted in life, it didn't get me to that. If anything, it pushed me further and further and further and further away from it. Just from the habits that you think are small. You know what I'm saying? When you see how it's affecting your health. When you see how much time you spend in that. When you see how much time you spending. You know what I'm saying? When you seeing how much energy you putting into something that don't give you any good energy back, no positive energy back. You putting energy in negativity. You putting energy in your health decline. That's what you're doing. So at the same time, and you just gotta know, you just gotta be conscious of the habits that you have. And ask yourself, reevaluate your life. Ask yourself, do I really need to be doing this? If not, bro, cut that shit. And that's my word, man. My name Jason and Sinn-Take. Holla at y'all later, man. Peace.
First I'ma get on my grind, then second stop wasting my time on shit less important. If ain't about money, I'm going the other direction. And third, I'ma do what I gotta to eat. Fourth, I'ma sew up the streets. Fifth, I'ma never quit dropping this heat. So as long as I'm breathing, you better get used to me. Sixth, I'ma get